That morning started like any other. I was in my garden, surrounded by the gentle scent of roses and the soft hum of bees moving from flower to flower. Gardening had always been my escape, a quiet world where time seemed to slow down. After my husband, Robert, passed away years ago, this little patch of earth became my sanctuary. It was where I found peace, where I felt closest to myself. But that day, something happened that would change everything. The sun was warm, casting a golden glow across the yard as I crouched down to check the roots of a newly planted rosebush. My hands were covered in soil, my mind lost in the simple rhythm of digging and planting. Life felt calm, ordinary, until a sharp, stabbing pain shot through my lower back. It was so sudden, so intense that I froze, dropping the small spade I was holding. "Oh no," I whispered under my breath, trying to breathe through the pain. It wasn't working. The ache spread, making it impossible for me to move. My heart raced with panic because I was completely alone, or at least I thought I was. That's when I heard a voice behind me. "Anna Wayne, are you okay?" I turned my head slowly, wincing as pain jolted through me again. Standing there was Taylor, my step-nephew. He had shown up completely unannounced, like fate had sent him at that exact moment. Taylor was 22, tall, broad-shouldered, with the kind of athletic build that could violate that cover of a fitness magazine. His sandy blonde hair caught the sunlight like threads of gold, and those sharp blue eyes were full of concern as they locked on me. I can't move, Taylor," I managed to say, pointing weakly to my back. "Something's wrong." He didn't hesitate. Within seconds, he was crouching next to me, his presence towering over my fragile state. "Here, let me help," he said, his voice calm but firm. He gently placed his hand on my shoulder, and the warmth of his touch sent an involuntary shiver through me. It wasn't just the pain, it was something else. Something I didn't want to admit, even to myself. "Your muscles are in spasm," he said, his voice low, almost soothing. "Let me try to massage it out. It'll help." Normally, I would have protested. After all, Taylor was practically family. But the pain was unbearable, and honestly, I didn't have the strength to argue. I nodded faintly, and a moment later, I felt his hands on my back. As his fingers began pressing into the tense muscles, a wave of relief mixed with something far more dangerous swept through me. It had been years, decades, even since anyone touched me with such care. I'd been lonely for so long, burying that ache under gardening, reading, anything to distract myself. But now, all those feelings I de-locked away came rushing back like a storm I couldn't control. I let out a soft breath, maybe a little too deep. My heart thudded in my chest as Taylor worked his hands over my back, his voice occasionally breaking the silence. "You're so tense, Elaine. No wonder it hurts. You've been doing too much. You should let someone take care of you once in a while." His words lingered in the air like smoke. Someone to take care of me. Did he know what that did to me? I wanted to answer, but my throat tightened. All I could do was nod faintly, pretending to focus on the massage when, in reality, my mind was spiraling into thoughts I shouldn't have. Finally, Taylor paused. "This isn't enough," he said firmly. "You need heat and cream on this. Come inside, by the fireplace. The warmth will help." I hesitated, not because I didn't trust him, but because I wasn't sure I trusted myself. Still, the pain made the decision for me. I nodded, and Taylor slipped his arm around me, lifting me carefully to my feet. The moment his arm wrapped around my waist, something inside me cracked. His strength, his closeness, it felt safe. Too safe. Inside, the fireplace was already glowing, the flames painting the room in shades of orange and gold. The warmth wrapped around me like a blanket, easing some of the pain. Taylor spread a soft blanket on the floor and motioned for me to lie down. "You need to stretch out," he said, his voice calm, but carrying something I couldn't quite name. I obeyed, lowering myself onto the blanket as he grabbed a small bottle of cream. He rubbed it between his hands, warming it up before placing his palms on my shoulders again. The first touch sent another wave through me. Not pain this time, but something far more dangerous. "Relax," he murmured softly. "I've got you," his words. They undid me. With each movement of his hands, my thoughts became a blur. This wasn't just about easing pain anymore. There was a tension in the air, thick, unspoken, undeniable. His fingertips glided down my back slowly, deliberately, and every time they pressed deeper into my muscles, a new fire ignited inside me. "Elaine," he said quietly after a long pause, "you don't have to carry everything alone. You deserve more than this loneliness." Those words hit harder than anything. My eyes burned, not from pain, but from something I couldn't explain. Maybe because he was right. Maybe because no one had said anything like that to me in years. I opened my mouth to respond, but before I could, the fire popped loudly behind us, making me jump. Taylor chuckled softly, his hands never leaving my back. That laugh, deep and warm, made something inside me melt. When he finally stopped and helped me sit up, I realized the room felt different, or maybe it was me. The air was charged, almost humming with something unspoken. I looked at him, and for a moment, neither of us said a word. His eyes met mine, steady, intense, like he was searching for an answer I didn't even know I had. "Taylor," I whispered, but the words died in my throat. He reached for my hand slowly, almost as if he was giving me time to pull away. But I didn't. I couldn't. When his fingers closed around mine, a spark shot through me. I had spent years burying this part of myself, locking it away under layers of grief and loneliness. And now, with just one look, one touch, all of it came flooding back. I don't know who leaned in first. Maybe it was him, maybe it was me. But when his forehead rested against mine, when I felt his breath on my lips, time seemed to stop. And in that suspended moment, I realized something. Nothing between us would ever be the same again.